Yeah, lads and lasses, how's the doing? Welcome to another video, and this is basically going to cover some of the routes that are going to be either withdrawn or reduced in the upcoming service changes on the 2nd of April 2023. Unfortunately I won't be able to cover everything, but some of the main ones that I want to get done I will go and cover, such as the 9s, the 14s, they're the main ones I want to get covered. Yeah, there's a few of them that are changing, so we're going to have a look and see what's happening with them. Stay tuned, grab the snacks, cue intro. Right, and so for this bit we'll be starting in Pudsey, the noisy street that going past. For the number 9 I'm going to do the service change number things numerically. So 9s are pretty much going to be cut completely from first, 9 and 9A. There is going to be one early morning 9S, I believe it's like a Horseworth to White Rose trip for the college students. For some reason it's only one way, I guess they don't get back. Fun. But yeah, the 9 between Horseworth and White Rose, and the 9A that does the full Seacroft White Rose Horseworth on a night, and it's Sundays, that's getting cut altogether. So I'm doing this actually. Tony, my mate, did Arnolite with, he's on the 9 that I'm waiting for now. That's on its way up. Let's have a look, what's that one? That's the White Rose one. That one we're getting later. So it's not that one we want. So Tony's on this first one that we're waiting for now, towards Horseworth. He's got 69268. That's his last time doing a number 9. He's got a round trip. And then an hour after Tony, taking 47631. Yep. Is Sir Brown, is Dino. And he's got a Horseworth off with it, and that's his last time doing a number 9. He's also doing his last ever 14 later as well, so I'm gonna do that. That'll be the other section, because 14s are getting changed. That one's going. In the video, no, not quite. Hopefully it times later on and I can get both 9s together with Tony and Dino. That'd be really good. Training bus 69021. Now then. No, it's better. Last one, eh? For you? Yeah. I'm gonna sit back here. By the Cenotaph at Farsley. So after the changes there'll only be the 16 and 16A coming through Farsley. Right down here. So coming up Coal Hill. Roundabout. I've arrived at Horsforth. We dipped in for a quick wee and then I jump back on when it gets round. And yeah, go get the street light with Dino. So hopefully at the time, there's roadworks here as well. They're doing carriageway improvements, so they're widening it all up. I think it's going to be like 2 lanes aside. And then there's 4-way lights at the junction, which isn't ideal. So I'm really hoping that both 9's time to get to Pudsey at the same time. Fingers crossed. Right, here we go again. Sit up front this time. Hello again. Hey? I can't believe that the stuck a 4718 was a 69. Uh-huh. It's not through choice of bus. I won't care, but I had 35262 this morning. That's been swapped for a street light. 47633 took its place. It did leave depot. Well, it left depot late. It was supposed to start at Pudsey, and it didn't. It started at Bramley Centre to go across Green. So I think that bus a bit broke. Probably, yeah. Though he's missing out on last 64s because he's doing 14s tonight. 32438. 32473. Right, we're just getting up to Pudsey bus station. Both 9's are late. I'm absolutely praying that Dino's not already gone through. Can't see him down Low Town. Come on, where is it? Where is it? I don't think he's here yet. Oh, that's worked out. I just saw it and it's gone. D, I think. D? Or not? There's an X11 in place, I know. Where have you gone? You've disappeared. You'll have to go on E. If it comes in, and get you both side by side. It's not going to happen, is it? Well, sir, thank you for your 9 chauffeuring. See you later. Come on, Dino, where are you? That's 1-9 in. I don't think it's timing well. I think Tony's about to go. And I'm pretty sure I can see the reflection of a street light down there, waiting at the lights. He's here. He's here. This may happen. This may still happen. Come on, Van, get out of the way. Right, dash over here. Here's the point of the video where we run everywhere. Oh, go away, Van. Oh, it's a bloody van. Move, Van. Oh, he's gone on the other side. He's gone on some other stand. I was hoping he'd come next to you, but he's gone on that stand. I was coming round. Thank you for waiting. Here we are. Perfect. See you later. Bye. Hello, thank you for that. That's worked out nicely. So there we are. Say bye to Tony. Hello, Signor. Yeah? When I can figure out what to do next. I want to get a 64 in. Right, after all that excitement, I shall update what I said earlier, because I had a look on Metro. There's a little bit of confusion now, actually. So first things first, there is going to be a 9A. It's only going to run from Seacroft to White Rose. That's it. It's not coming past White Rose to Horsworth, where we are now. So that's getting cut. My prediction is, I think Hunslet might do the 9A and the 64 and tag them onto the 11A that they run now, because 11A does Seacroft to Crossgates, so from there you can do the 64 to Aberford, because that's all that's doing. We'll get on about that later on. So you can do like Seacroft, Crossgates as 11A, Crossgates, Aberford as the 64, come back, and then Seacroft to White Rose as the 9A, and that could just be all one duty. That's my prediction. If not, then I think it'll just be the 64 with Hunslet and take it on to the 11A, and then probably do the 9A every 2 hours. So yeah, so this will cover the 9A section. I mean, I might go get a 9A at some point, but next up will be the 14. That's changing as well. Alright, for this section is covering the 14. The 14 runs between Pudsey and Logic every 30 minutes during the week, daytime frequency. That's getting cut to every hour, running between approximately 6 or 7 AM to about 6 or 7 PM, depending on the day of the week. And it's only going to run hourly, and it's only going to run between Pudsey and Leeds only. The bit between Leeds and Logic is going to be served by the PR2, except it's only going to be up to Pontefract Lane, because the PR2 turns right at the roundabout to go into the Park and Ride, and the 14 goes left. It's going to be that actually once Amazon isn't really going to get a bus, unless they get either the dedicated Amazon bus or they get a 91 somehow and walk through. So it's not very convenient. On weekends, well, Sundays there's no PR2 anyway, but on Saturdays they're also cutting the PR2. The Park and Rides are going to be taken off on weekends. They're only going to run weekdays, so it's not good at all. So yeah, if you work at Amazon on the weekend, you've no bus, pretty much. So yeah, next bus is going to be 47633. There's one coming down actually. 47633 is the next one for us. I'm waiting for it near mine, but Dino's taking it on up at Bremer Centre. And the one behind is the B9 duty, and it's going to probably be one of the last times I'll get a B9 as a dedicated duty on the 14. It comes off 19s onto a school and then starts in town on the 14. And I'm guessing that's not going to be any more from next week. So here it comes. Hey, alright. Tap. Right, so we're just on the last stretch of 14. We've just come down near 63 and we've just turned left where it splits off from the PR2. The PR2 turns right at the roundabout to go to the Temple Green Park and Ride site. We turn left up to Amazon, which is there. Go to the top of here. So this bit is the bit that's going to be basically not served from Sunday. There will be no buses up here apart from the Amazon bus, which only stops here, Nottingley and or Leeds, depending which way you go. So unfortunately everybody that works up here after like 6-7 o'clock won't have any buses Monday to Friday, and they won't have any buses at all on a weekend. The only alternative is if they can make their way to connect with the 91 and get off at Halton Moor and then walk back and then down this way, which is at least 10 to 15 minutes. So yeah, this is the final stop Logic Business Park, Amazon. There you go. That is my last time of seeing a 14 at Amazon Logic. There you go. So yeah, there'll only be the Amazon bus, which goes from Nottingley, comes into here, and goes to Leeds, and that is it. It's literally the 3 stops. Hutton Moore's in that direction. You walk out of here where we've just come, up there and round by the building is over in the distance. That building there, you go that way, and it's like 10 to 15 minute walk. So yeah, the PR2 goes from right down at the bottom and turns right to go to the park and ride. So it will stop at all the stops along the way, outside the incinerator and Thorns Farm roundabout, I think it's called, and the one at the bottom here. But then it turns right to the park and ride site, so it's either get that and walk all the way up, which is a fair walk, or yeah, get a taxi. Alternatively, you could book the Elf bus, which runs limited time during the day, I think early morning to about early evening. You need to go on the app to get the East Leeds Flexibus and book it at least an hour in advance to make sure you can get on it. At least that will take you door to door. However, that only operates in the east of Leeds, hence the title of its name. You can get it as far as the bus station, you can get it to like Winmore and Seacroft and places like that, as far as Hunslet. So you can get it to connect with a normal service, if that's any good to anybody. But yeah, that's this one. There you go, Amazon. So that's it for the 14. I'm going to go and do the B9 later on as I record this. I'm probably going to do it straight after this clip, because there's 5 buses on the 14 Monday to Friday, and we're getting reduced to 2 buses, and it's either going to be 2 of these or 2 street decks. So the B9 is a book duty. It does 19s for most of the day, goes on a school, and then does the 16:45 from Leeds to Pudsey and does late turn, and obviously that'll be no more. So I think that's the bus behind the street light, so I'm going to go get that later. So I'm going to wrap this section up, we'll move on to the next one. There we are. There we are, right. Da. So yeah, the one bit of proper on my route, so there's always street deck, street deck, street deck. I miss variety. Yeah, this is nice to have. It's always good to have a bit of Volvo action on my route. And yeah, it's the only time that you would get a booked diagram B9 on a non-guided route. The only other time you would get it, like in tonight's case, is when you have a bus swapped for whatever reason. Earlier in this video, Dino had 47633, and that thing decided to lose all its power. It was blowing cold air and everything, so yeah, he got that swapped for 37724. So at the moment there's 2 B9s on here, but it finishes at Pudsey in about 15 minutes. So it'll be one B9 and one street deck, as is the usual case. Well, I guess you join me on Steady's natural habitat and Leeds street deck. I've had to do this video over like 2 days. I didn't really have the time to get everything done I wanted to do. So like for the 48 and the 508 and the park rides, I've not been able to go do them, so I'm just going to cover those now before returning back to the 64s coming up next. So starting with the 48, they are withdrawing that route completely. So the 48 links Wigton Bar and the shops at the north of Leeds, which won't be served by any bus anymore, so anybody that lives up that way has to walk over to Harrogate Road, get a 36 into Leeds that way, or if you're going further on and connect with another service like 47 or something, for example. Speaking of 47, you are getting rerouted in some parts to cover parts of the 48 that's getting withdrawn, and I think there's going to be a 47A to replace the 48A, which runs a school journey. So moving on from that, the 51, 52 services that do Morollerton to Morley, they're getting split. So the 51 and 52 will only go between Morley and Leeds, terminating at Eastgate. It'll go down Vicar Lane and then turn right. There'll be a new terminus point there, and then head back. The north section will also start at Eastgate and will be renumbered to the 38. Yes, get a 38 back and a 39. 38 will replace 51, 39 will replace 52. Same timetable, well, same frequency. I think timetable may change slightly, just to connect and things like that. It's all to improve reliability and whatnot. There's a lot of traffic around the Morley area, and if there's a Leeds game on, for example, you know, folks at the north end of Leeds are stuck with that bus for a while because everybody's stuck down the other end of Leeds. So basically to combat that. Right, now I'll try it without being on a noisy bus. So the 508, as we know, anyone that's seen my channel will know that it goes from Leeds Park Road through Kirkstall, Leeds and Bradford Road, dips down into Fars Lane up to Dawson's Corner, onto Thornbury and carries on to Halifax. That replaced the 15 many years ago, about 10, 12 years ago, something like that. When first pulled out of the 15, Centrebus took over the Bradford to Thornbury or Farsley end of it. So first basically covered the rest of it using the 508. The 508 went from every 20 minutes as the red line from Halifax to every 30 minutes and dropping it from the overground network, and then increased the 72 from every 20 minutes to every 10 minutes. Now the 508 is going, but I should also add it goes to the bus station back then. Come 2018, Leeds City Council decided to do up all of the hedgerow, so a load of bus routes changed and stuff like that, and the 508 got curtailed to Leeds Park Road, which is what it does now. Coming up in April of 2023, they are changing the route again. They are putting it back, going down to Leeds bus station, we think, although Metro have been a bit unclear about that because the upcoming timetable says Leeds bus station, but in the details of the change it doesn't actually say that it's going to Leeds bus station, so it's a bit confusing. But they are rerouting it between Leeds and Dawson's Corner. Instead of going by Farsley, it will turn right like the X6 does and go straight down the bypass on the Bramley Town end and then back on Stanley Road like it used to do many years ago, serving all stops. The frequency is also going to go down to every hour, and will only run between about 6 AM to about 8 PM or so, much like the 14 has done. So it's not great really. And the 87, I don't know if I'll have time to get the 87 at any point. If I do, then this bit won't matter. But they are withdrawing the 87, the evening and Sunday service, so there'll only be an 86, which runs to about 6, 7 o'clock Monday to Friday PM. Yeah, it's another one of those routes that's getting cut. So, yeah. Right, I think it's time to go get a 64. I feel a B9 coming on. Let's go get one. Right, for this section it's going to be a lot of dark because first run the 64s evenings and Sundays, and the first one, first 64 on an evening, my first is at 1955, and it's like 10 to now, so just getting to the bus stop. Yep, it's running, tracking. I thought it was going to be that bus over there, looking at bus times and looking back as to the bus that did it yesterday. But the destination suggests otherwise, so I don't know. There is a 64 coming into town, which is 37659. So maybe it's that one and it's going to do another 64 out. But I'm going to do a round trip on this up to Aberford and back. But the Leeds to Crossgates section of the 64 is getting cut. First is saying that you can use other services between Leeds and Crossgates. You know, you've got the 40, you've got the 56. You can use Arriva services 163 up that way, and the 164. So basically saying you can make other connections to get there. So it's not so bad if you're coming from Aberford, because it's one bus. You come down to Crossgates and you just get the next bus into Leeds. However, if you're coming from Leeds, you haven't planned ahead, right, my 64 is going to be at such and such time, I need to get this particular bus at that particular time to get there at this time, but then that might be late, I might not run and I might miss it, so I might have to get an earlier bus, and it's all very messy. Tell I don't really approve of these, can't you? But yeah, it's only going to do Aberford to Crossgates. I'm really curious as to how the diagram is going to work. So yeah, well, I'll see you on board. So it's just coming behind, he's got the Aberford on the blind. Might wander over, see if I can get on. So I've got 37665, just had the wrong destination up. So 37659 is behind, that's going on to the 40s. Because yeah, they're doing to work at the moment, so it's just a little confusing. I managed to get on at this side, so it feels a bit weird facing westwards on a Aberford bound service. So I'm going to speed up the next bit as it goes and does the loop around. So this is where we join the York Road Guideway. I'll be doing a separate video on the guideway systems soon. I'll have a special mystery guest to appear for that. Can't not give a shout out to the best spoons ever. Passing the old Crossgates / Manston place for Opta. I will get my words out. So that was just there behind us, the Charles H. Rowe site, factory, Optair were based back there. So all this bit's part of Crossgates. This is the section that will continue to be served after the changes. My brightness went down. There we go. So this bit through the Smeatons, round past Scholes and Barrick and up to Aberford. I want to point out that the 11A follows the same route as the 64 between here, which is the Coronation Tree. 11A goes that way, and up there we're going this way, and Crossgates where we've just come from. There is a glass bottle up here somewhere. So yeah, it's only the 64 that comes this way. So at least this bit is still having a bus service. On a night, I should say. Daytime service will remain unaffected as connections run that. Folks who bought the Connections Buses 2023 calendar may recognise this place, as the month of August is my photograph and was taken just round this corner where the church is. If I can spot it, it's right out there. Just on this bend here is where Y20 CXB was photographed, with that for the backdrop. There it goes. Yeah, this is Barrick, so not too far from Aberford.